Hi, class. We've made it to the end. I know for many that it's been a very difficult last few months as different individuals transition, work struggles, and uncertainties in our world. But I think for me, this class has really shown me how important at least nonprofit work in the sense of human services truly is in a time of crisis, such as this COVID pandemic that we are witnessing. And the organization that I worked with, HFF, was a little unique because they do serve a community, a rural community in Jinja, Uganda. And I'm just reminded about how uncertain these times can be for nonprofits, up and coming nonprofits can be, um, with our world given the way it is. And so what led me to choose this organization, because as I said, it's up and coming, there was a lot of space I felt that my input could be really taken and actually used and be really meaningful for the Hoffman Family Foundation. And I worked with Tammy Hoffman, who is the executive director and founder of the Hoffman Family Foundation. And I've known Tammy for a while. She's been in connection with our family for a few years now, and actually have gotten to see kind of her beginning stages of her develop this idea and what she wanted to do in terms of programming for Jinja, and eventually now growing and expanding into other communities in Uganda, with community development, education, primarily building schools and bringing in the most robust and excellent curriculum that she possibly can, and really just giving these young people an opportunity and a hand up, not a handout, that they might not have had otherwise. And I will say, just she's not a nonprofit professional, so there's a lot of space language that she wasn't familiar with, and so I think given a different perspective to her was so useful. Um, that being said, I wish I had had a little bit more direction, but she kind of just said, do whatever you want, whatever you think. I'll take any help that I can get. But I think as she really begins to hopefully chew through my development plan, it'll help spark some more thoughts in her mind about how to really take her organization to the next level in terms of like monitoring and evaluation, accountability structures and mechanisms that she can input into her organization, impact evaluations and program evaluations that are so crucial to really getting those grants and high major gifts and funding. Um, of course, she's very communicative. That was not an issue. She does work full time as well, plus run a nonprofit. So her time is shared between two commitments. So it is what it is. She's a busy woman, and I think the most difficult process for me of really diving into this and finding, I guess, grants and other funding sources for her, was that she does have a faith-based essence in her work, which may have been which might close some doors for other or other foundations that are wanting to strictly fund secular, no faith-based, nothing at all, in a lot of their women's empowerment foundations. I've noticed that. So I feel like she's going to have to tread a really fine line in how she kind of articulates and really builds out kind of her mission and values in the next 5 years. Um, Really, I feel like the biggest takeaways that I've had in this class as I've gone through this pandemic is, this is a gimme, but the need for diversification in funding. She is the sole funder, not the sole funder. That's not true. She's the primary funder, her and her husband, for the Hoffman Family Foundation, and it's not sustainable. And if she were to lose her job, or her husband were to lose a large source of their income, their organization might be in jeopardy, and they could risk losing so much of the work that they have sacrificed for years to establish. And I think she's really going to learn this year how important it is to beef up her professionalism in terms of nonprofit mechanisms for accountability, to really find and seek new funding sources aside from herself, because she won't be able to find it without it. Um, And I think that's the biggest takeaway, is that funding is so uncertain, and really promoting yourself as the best, nonprofit in programming with the highest impact results is really going to carry you forward through uncertain times, like we see, like when the economy downturns, as we've seen in recent months. But it's truly been a pleasure. I've enjoyed working on other projects with many of you, and I hope you all stay well, stay healthy.